Hello Year 5. We're going to start our maths learning today by having a think about some of our previous learning. So we've got a question from last lesson, one from last week, one from last term and one from last year. So pause the video now and have a go at answering those questions in your home learning books. Off you go. Okay, let's go through the answers then. So we're doing short division at the moment, aren't we? So we've got 4,278 divided by 6, and you had a choice of answers, and the answer was C, 713. 4,263 divided by 3 gives you 1,421. Which multiples of 10 do the numbers sit between? So we have got 30 here and 40 here. And then one from last year. So we've got 1 hour is 60 minutes, 2 hours is 120 minutes, and half an hour is 30 minutes. 1 minute is 60 seconds, 3 minutes is 180 seconds, and 4 minutes equals 240 seconds. So let's go on to today's lesson. We're going to be carrying on with our short division, but we're going to be using remainders today, or solving questions that have remainders. So let's look at what a remainder is. So we've got this question here to go through, and these sentence stems to complete. So it says, circle the groups of 3 to help complete the sentences and calculation. The first one has been done for you. So we've got our calculation here, 3,938 divided by 3. So if you remember, there's our divisor, and here is our dividend. And this divisor tells us that we are making groups of 3. Okay, so for our thousands, we've got 3 thousands and we can make one group of 3. So let's look at our hundreds. Now, there's 900, and if you're secure with your 3 times table, you probably know how many 3s make 9. So let's see if you are right. So I've got one group of 3, another group of 3, and another group of 3. So altogether, I have 3 groups of 3 for my hundreds. Let's go on to my tens. So I've got 3 tens. How many groups of 3 can I make with 3? That's right. 1 group. So I put a 1 above the 3. And then I've got 8 ones. So let's see how many groups of 3 I can make with 8. So there's 1, 2, and I haven't got enough left to make another group of 3. So they are my remainders. So how many groups of 3 can I make out of 8? I've got 2, haven't I? And I've got 2 left over, which we call remainders. And when we're writing remainders in our calculation, we can just write the R. So let's have a look at our sentence stems. So there is one group of 3 thousands. There are how many groups of 300s? There are 3, aren't there? There is a group of 3 tens. There's one group, isn't there? There are groups of 3 ones. So we know that there's 2 groups of 3 ones. And there are 2 left over. So 3,938 divided by 3 equals 1,312, remainder 2. So that's what our remainders are. They're the ones that are left over that cannot be put into the groups of the divisor. Okay, let's have a go at another one. So we're going to think of our next calculation in context. So I've got a real life situation here. A farmer is packing eggs in boxes of 6. He has 1,394 eggs. How many boxes can the farmer fill? how many eggs are left over. So if we consider the problem, we've got 1,394 eggs and they're being packed into groups of 6. Okay, so we're grouping the eggs together. So our calculation would be 1,394 divided by 6. When we're grouping things, we're dividing. So I've written out the calculation here, and I've made the calculation with place value counters. And we're going to use these as well as writing our calculation so we can really see what we're doing each step. So I've made the number, I've got 1,000, 3 in my hundreds, 9 in my tens, and 4 in my ones. So let's have a look. This time we're dividing by 6. So can I make a group of 6 with 1,000? No, I can't, can I? So I can't make any groups. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exchange that 1,000 for 10 hundreds, because 10 hundreds makes 1,000. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, I have to squeeze it in, I'll put it there, 10. Okay, so now, if I just write what I've done as well, I've put an extra 10 in the hundreds because I exchanged the thousands. Now I've got 13 in my hundreds. So let's see how many groups of 6 I can make. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's draw a group around them. And that's 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's another group of 6. And I've got 1 left over. And I can't make another group with that. So I've got 2 complete groups of 6 out of 13. And I've got 1 left over. So I'm going to, again, exchange that 100 for 10 tens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and squeeze it in at the bottom, and 10. So this time I've now got 19 in my tens. So how many groups of 6 can I make out of 19? Now, if you know your 6 times table, you will be able to think about this in your heads. How many 6s can you make out of 19? Remember, you can't go over 19. Let's have a look. So we've got, that's 1 group of 6. We've got another group of 6. And we can make another group of 6. So I've got 3 groups of 6 and 1 left over. So let's write my 3 groups here. And the 1 left over, I'm not going to just forget about it, chuck it away. I'm going to exchange it for 10 ones. So let's take that 1 left over. I'm going to give it back and I'm going to exchange it for 10 ones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, let's see how many groups of 6 we've got now. Have a little think. I'll give you a few seconds. Can you work it out? How many groups of 6 can I make out of 14? Right, let's have a look. So there's 1 group of 6. There's another group of 6. I've got 2 left. I can't make a group out of 2. So I've got 2 complete groups of 6 And I've got these two. Now I can't exchange anymore because there's no more columns. There's no more place value columns. So they are my remainders. That's as far as I can go. So I'm going to write that next to my answer here. So my answer is 232 remainder 2. So if we think back to that question, how many boxes can the farmer fill? Because the farmer can't fill 232 remainder 2 boxes. That just doesn't make sense, does it? How many boxes are full, have all 6 eggs? It's 232, isn't it? How many were left over? It was 2, wasn't it? So, how many boxes does he need all together, including those 2? Because they're going to need another box, aren't they? Even though the box won't be filled. So, how many boxes altogether? We need an extra 1, don't we, just for those 2. So we have 233. Let's have a look at another problem. Okay, there are 4,363 children going on a school trip. They travel in groups of 3 in each car. How many full cars will there be? How many children will be left over? How many cars will be needed altogether? How many of you would like to go on a school trip in one of those cars? Let's have a look at our question and let's do the working out and solve that problem. So again, here's our question. 4,363 children divided by 3, because they're going in groups of 3. I've got my written method here, and I've made the number with place value counters as well, just to help me understand and just make that learning a bit more secure. So this time, our divisor is 3, so we are in groups of 3. So let's see how many groups of 3 I can make out of 4. So I've got 1 there. I've got 1 left over, so I can't make any more. So I've got 1 group, and I need to exchange that 1 for how many? That's right, for 10 hundreds. So I'm going to take that and exchange it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's have a look now. If you know your 3 times table, have a think. How many 3s can you make out of 13? Let's have a look. So that's 1 group of 3. 2, 3, 4. 4 3s are 12. 5 3s are 15, and that's too many, and I don't have enough for that. So I've got 4 groups of 3 in my hundreds, but I've got 100 left over. So I'm going to exchange that for how many? How many 10s? That's right, 10 10s. 10 10s make 100. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oops, shut back up. Where's it gone? There we go, and 10. Right, let's see then. Again, have a little think about your 3 times table. How many 3s can you make out of 16? Let's have a look. So we've got 1 group here, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've got 1 left, which I can't make a group of 3 out of 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 3. 5 3s are 15. but I can't ignore that 1 left over. I need to exchange it for 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I've got 13 ones. If you have a look back, look, we've already done that. We've already worked that out, haven't we? That's one group of 3, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3 I can make out of 13, and I have 1 left over, which is my remainder. So 4,363 divided by 3 equals 1,454, remainder 1. But of course that wasn't the question. The question asked us, how many full cars will there be? So how many full cars? Have a little think about that answer. Let's see if you were right. 1,454. They're the full cars, aren't they? The full groups of 3. How many children are left over? That was our remainder, wasn't it? So that's 1. And we can't leave that poor one child on their own, can we? While everyone else goes off in their fancy cars on their school trip. So how many cars will we need for everybody? We'll need an extra car, won't we, for that remainder? So we'll need 1,455 cars altogether. So your learning today, then, your home learning, your do it is to practice those calculations there. You've got a twist it, so explain why Colin is incorrect. So make sure that you ape that, okay? Answer it, prove it, and explain it to make sure you fully answered the question. And then for your secure it, we've got 2 problems that are very similar to what I've just gone through with you. So it would be brilliant if more of you could have a go at that today, please, because I think lots of you would be able to have a really good go at that. Okay, I'm going to leave you now to get on with that. So enjoy your day, everybody, and I look forward to seeing your fantastic work. Bye.